Let's talk about focus. One of my favorite stories in business is Steve Jobs returned to Apple in 1997. When he came in, he saw an incredibly bloated personal computing product line. Apple at the time was selling over 10 different models of computers. They all had really complicated names. They all had, sometimes they overlapped in terms of the market that they were targeting. And it just didn't make sense. He couldn't figure out which computer he'd recommend to a friend, for example, if they asked him what they should buy. So he slashed the entire lineup down to 4 products. 2 products for consumer, 2 products for business, and it made a huge difference, not only to the company in terms of where to focus their resources for development, but also to the public that were buying these computers that now understood, okay, this is the best computer I should get. If I am a business person that needs a laptop, now I know that's the best Mac that I should buy. Why is that important? Because as sellers, our companies are always going to want us to bring in a maximum amount of revenue that we can, right? But it is going to really benefit you to be focused and targeted in your outreach and your approach to your market. Because sure, let me go back to when I was working in hospitality technology. I was working with large restaurant chains. I could have gone after every single restaurant chain that had more than 30 locations. In the United States, there's hundreds of those, right? Huge market. However, what I realized through my own research is that my company's sweet spot was between 50 to 150 locations, because those restaurants not only had the ability to understand how our technology could benefit them, but they also understood the value of buying technology versus building it themselves and dealing with the maintenance costs. Over 150 locations, their needs were so specific that it actually made more sense for them to build their own products and maintain those products rather than buy from an external vendor. They needed that degree of customization. So I focused on that sweet spot of 50 to 150. My CEO wanted me to go after McDonald's, Burger King, Subway, but I knew that going after those restaurants was not only going to take up all of my time, I had a very low likelihood of being successful. So I ended up closing out that year 250% to quota in my first year by actually going after a smaller, focused market. Focus can help make all the difference. And I'm happy to dive further into this, happy to help with specific examples or answer specific questions. Please feel free to DM me and like and subscribe for more.